Hey guys! So we are doing the Writer's Not Writing tag. This was originally created by Nikki Marcus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I was not tagged, but a ton of people have done this tag. So we're going to do it. Mostly because I'm not writing right now. So what better thing to do? So question number 1 is, do you have a day job? So yes, I do, and it's complicated. If you watch my vlogs, you'll know I work 1 or 2 days at the hospital, which is like per diem sort of. The rules for that is kind of different in the hospital versus like an office, I've learned. But yeah, I work like 1 to 2 days at the hospital, and then my weekdays are spent taking care of my dad. I spend all day with him, whether it's running around town for doctors or if we need to go to the store, which usually does take a day. It usually ends up being a day thing. Or if we are just at the house. I am his full-time caregiver, so that's what I do. So I kind of have like 3 jobs, sort of. But yeah. So that's what I do. Question number 2 is, are you a reader? I am a reader. I read a lot in my childhood, and then in early college, and then afterwards I kind of trickled out when I started nursing school because I didn't have time to read for pleasure. And then when I quit or stopped doing nursing school, I went back to reading, and I read a bunch in like a really short amount of time. And then I decided to get really serious with writing, and I've kind of slowed down. Now that I do this and writing and like taking care of my dad and stuff, it's gotten to the point where it's a little bit hard to read. But I've also slowly am becoming like a moodish reader, and I'll start listening to something and then not feel like it anymore, and then start something else. So yeah. Question number 3 is 3. What are your other hobbies? So I have done a lot of creative things. Occasionally over the years, I have knitted. Not that I was very good at that. I never finished a project. I do charcoal drawings, and gaming. So, which gaming I feel like is not really a hobby because I'm turning it into a career. But yeah, gaming, drawing. I don't sing as much anymore because I'm not part of a group, but I used to sing. So yeah. Question number 4. Tea or coffee? Tea. Hard tea. I do not drink coffee. Coffee makes me nauseous. And I do also drink like Pepsi Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero, so. But tea, if I have to pick, tea for sure. Question number 5 is, what are you passionate about? So besides writing, I've honestly been passionate about a lot of creative things. Like I said before, I wrote, knitted, drawing. I've done singing, so I have a lot of like creative things, but also I like to kind of do things that have room for out of the box creativity. So like a lot of like, let's say drawing can be very precise, and you're supposed to follow a certain like template, and I prefer to not to do that and just be slightly-ish chaotic. Yeah. And I've embraced that more as I've gotten older. The idea of I do actually enjoy some chaos. I do enjoy being chaotic. When I used to control myself a lot when I was growing up, to, you know, be perceived a particular way. So I enjoy that. I also am very passionate about certain like fandoms, and I will read things, consume content of them. So question number 6 is, do you have pets? I do not currently have pets right now. So I grew up with cats and dogs, and I also had a pet pig, but being that I grew up on a ranch that when I was little was active, I grew up around more than just my pet pig. And I had chicken, or we had, as like a family, we had chickens, goats, geese, um, like I said, more pigs. There were cattle, cows and bulls that were roaming around, being that we were in an open range area, horses, so a lot of like farm-ish ranch animals I grew up around. But me currently right now, we do not have pets. We want to get pets, but you're just not in the situation to get one just yet. Question number 7 is, what is your dream job? What was your dream job as a child or when you were younger? So I had a few dream jobs as a kid, that, ebbed and flowed like many kids. But few couple, something like that, that stuck where, when my mom was at her sickest with her disability, uh, when I was little, I wanted to be a doctor so that I could cure her, which I guess did kind of feed into me now being in the medical field for 5 years. I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to be a doctor, but kind of came along the line. And then at one point, I wanted to be a teacher, but my parents talked me out of it because, being that they were both teachers, my dad said I would not be happy being a teacher, knowing who I was. But I did kind of scratch that itch a little bit because I taught at our local church, our version of Sunday school, which ironically was actually on Sunday. But I did teach high school and middle school, like religious classes, for a few years. And then I also obviously wanted to be a writer, and off and on kind of like a singer full time, like professional. And I'm currently working on the writing part. So, you know, I've kind of circumventively kind of touched on everything that I wanted to do that was a big passion versus like a lot of things that were unrealistic for me, or just, pop up stuff that kids have. So I think I'm doing pretty good. My dad once told me, when I was asking how he felt about me leaving the medical field to do this, that it was kind of like, I did that. That was that part of my life. I did that. And now I'm ready for like a new chapter of my life. So question number 8 is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? So I don't really have a particular place I would want to live. Considering that I have lived here in Arizona in the southern desert all my life, which is a dry place, my asthma and my lungs have grown very used to being here. And not that it's impossible, it would just be a huge transition to be moving somewhere else. I have learned the hard way and have gotten sick, unfortunately, visiting some of my husband's family, and gotten caught off guard. So, if I didn't have a lung condition, I would say probably someplace similar to like San Diego, in the sense that I know that their temperature tends to kind of be the same. I would love to live someplace where it's in the like 70s, within the like 10-degree range, all year round, really. So, but a more realistic idea is I would love, not that I own a house now, but if I could own two houses, I would love to have a second house up in Prescott, which is northern Arizona, where I live in southern Arizona, because it snows up there, so it's kind of like a different atmosphere, and it's cooler in the summer. So, but it's also not such a drastic change of environment as if I were to go to like the middle of the nation. So that's a little bit more realistic one. Question number 9 is, do you speak a foreign language? I do not. I do know some Spanish. I can speak a little bit, but I am nowhere close to holding a conversation, whether it's speaking to you or understanding what you're telling me. I understand broken things, use context clues, and stuff like that. I also understand a little bit of American Sign Language. Again, I can't really hold a full conversation, but I understand bits and pieces where I've helped at work with talking to patients every so often when we get somebody, and making them feel comfortable. So, question number 10 is, what music would we find in your collection? And really, I have a range of music that I like. So I listen from all the way from classical music like Bach, Beethoven, all the way down to pop, like in general. Pretty much like most pop. But I like and listen to, like I said, classical music, jazz, blues, Rat Pack era kind of music, Elvis and the rock and roll, some rock, like classic and like general rock, and then country, like I said, general pop, starting in like the 80s to now, some classic Mexican music like mariachi, cumbias, very like dancing music, honestly. And I don't know if I said country, but country music. So I kind of like a range, really. It's sometimes with this kind of question, it's easier for me to tell you what I don't like versus what I do like, because the don't like is a shorter list. Mostly because as a musical person, I was in an orchestra, and like I said, I sang. I did take piano lessons for a little bit. I tend to enjoy the music more than the lyrics a lot of the times, and usually the purity of the music, of the sounds of the instruments, is what tends to draw me in than lyrics do. But obviously I like lyrics. I tend to like pop and country lyrics, in the sense of like modern music. But yeah, that's kind of my range, my dramatic range of music I like. Ironically, the majority of the music I don't like is music my husband likes, which is interesting. But we do overlap with like old classic-ish rock where I don't mind listening to, but with him, he doesn't mind like the slight overlap. But the few things I don't like are the things he likes. So yeah, ironically, but that is the end of the tag. So I I feel like I tag the exact same people all the time, and I don't remember who has done this tag versus who hasn't done the tag. And I feel bad tagging the same people all the time. So I'm gonna say whoever wants to do this tag, you're it. Everyone who watches it, everyone who's in the comments, you're it. Tag, your turn. Link your answers down below if you do a video, a TikTok, um, Instagram, a tweet, or a YouTube video. Yeah, just link it. Let me know. I'd love to watch it. Or you can write your answers down in the comments below, whatever you like. But that's it for now. And thank you so much for watching this. And if you want to watch more tags, I have a whole playlist down below. If you like this and would like more tags versus whether they're me or my writing, hit the like button and I will do more. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you watching this, and I will see you later in the next video. Tell stories and prosper.